Hey, what is up YouTube? It's Adam back here, and today I have a review of 5 of the new CAC Mando figures, and this includes 3 of the new Maul Mando figures, and Vizsla and Bo-Katan. And I say relatively new because Vizsla and Bo-Katan were released at a later date, so the Maul Mando figures are a little bit it's a little bit late for me to be doing this review, but I still love all these figures nonetheless, and I got Vizsla and Bo-Katan for Christmas, so I decided that I should do this review. And so I'll be going from left to right and giving a summary of my thoughts, and pretty much in the end, I'll be coming to the conclusion of whether you should buy these or not. And just off the bat, I loved Star Wars The Clone Wars, the TV show, as I'm sure many of you watching this did, and that is where all these characters are from, so there might be a little bit of a bias, but I absolutely adore these figures just off the first glance. But without further ado, let's jump in. Alright, so this is the first figure, and it is the Mando Maul Trooper. It retails for $25 on the base price, and it is equipped with a Mando Blaster and the full printing and a jetpack. So, though this is the new line of Mando prints, or new figure prints, I guess you'd call them, the Mandos, I don't think most of them have 3D printing, or 360 printing, I mean. I believe it's only Vizsla and Bo-Katan that have even the wraparound belt printing, which shows just the difference between the couple months of the 360 release with the Maul, or with the Bo-Katan and Vizsla and the other Mandos, and the difference between those and the Maul Mandos that came first. So because these were released sooner is basically what I'm trying to say. They don't have the belt printing, doesn't wrap around, as you can see. It just cuts off there. And I don't know if that was intentional or if they just didn't have those designs ready, I guess. But it doesn't really bother me that much because you can't really tell when the arms are down, so yeah, anyways, so going with the color scheme, it basically follows, it's pretty accurate to the Season 5, what the Maul troopers look like. It also has the CAC head, which is a little bit off for this trooper, but it doesn't matter. It'd be cool if they did some new face prints just for these guys, but yeah, so it's pretty much just the basic standard Mandalorian armor. You can see the printings on the arms. You have the gauntlets, or the van braces, whatever they're called, and the shoulder pads, and you have them on both sides. You can see the little wrist rocket there, and you can see on the front, I really like the shape of the Mandalorian, or the Mandalorian chest plate, and with the nice gray and the fading on effect on the outside of it, it really adds a nice detail. And the belt also looks really nice. It's printed at an angle, so it's not just flat. It looks pretty good. I'm amazed at how perfectly they get them aligned between the belt and the rest of the torso. And the legs are also pretty much just that same light gray color all around. You can see the place for the holster on the side, and I believe that's on both sides, yes. So it's pretty cool. It doesn't wrap around anymore because obviously it doesn't go all the way around on the actual Mandalorian armor piece, but the little gray lines at the bottom to represent the boots actually do, which is really cool. And I equipped it with a Mando Blaster because that's one of the options you get when you buy it. And yeah, so overall, pretty cool. The helmet is also very detailed. It just wrapping around all the way. You can see the red, the black, the dark gray color scheme. I really like it. It's a cool variation of this trooper. And the jetpack also is like very fitting. It's an awesome color scheme, and it goes really great with this figure. One thing I don't like about CAC jetpacks are the bulkiness of it. but I can see with the helmet why they need to do that. So yeah, it's pretty, like, it's not something significant that bothers me, but like if we take off the head, we can see the back. So here you can see the back plate, and it has the light gray piece and a couple of clips on the top and more belt printing, and overall just really cool battle damage effect on pretty much all of the figure. I definitely can tell that Tyler took a long time designing these, so it was well worth the wait. And for $25, it's pretty good, but it's pretty expensive for just a Maul trooper. But at the same time, you're getting something that probably can't get anywhere else for this quality. So yeah, on to the next trooper. Alright, so this is the Mando Maul Grunt. It's different from the previous one very slightly. You can see the helmet, it has a difference, and actually if you turn it around, the jetpack is quite different. But other than that, the body is the same. You can see that on all the arms and the legs, which I don't mind because the body is honestly probably the best part, aside from the helmets and the jetpacks. So pretty much everything else. But the face is different in that it's actually a scarred face, which I really, really like. I don't know if I actually got this as a gift, so I'm pretty sure this is the CAC face wolf, which I really like. And I think it really adds to the look that the Maul Mandos generally exert, which is like toughness. So I think it really goes with the figure. And it comes with a CSE Maul Mando, or Mando Blaster, not Maul Mando Blaster, but just a regular Mando Blaster. And I really like it with this figure. And I like it with the previous figure as well, which is why I equipped all three of them with it. But yeah, so I'm not going to go over the body since we already went over that, but the jetpack has like these, they almost look like tiger stripes. It's kind of cool. It has a dark gray, red, and black scheme, and it has the same rocket on the top, and that's why the jetpack is bulky again, but I really don't mind it for this figure. And the helmet is different in that if you take a look at the previous helmet, the dark gray and black on the bottom half seem to be switched, and pretty much for the entire color scheme, except for the dark red, everything changed. And the another difference, or the main difference, I guess, is the symbol on the top that goes, you can see it cutting down into the visor down there, which is probably why the visor looks a little bit thicker than the previous helmet. But I really like it, and I would highly suggest this figure. And one thing I forgot to mention is that the jetpack actually adds $3, so the both of these figures were $28 with the jetpack, and the faces are another $1.50. So it's something that is extra, but I really think that if you're gonna already spend the $25, you might as well spend another $5. So yeah, I think it's definitely worth it. So without further ado, let's get on to the next figure. Alright, so this is the final Maul Mando figure. This one is the Mando Maul Brawler, and it's again the same. The body is the same. The only differences again are the jetpack and the helmet, and the face is a basic CAC standard face. And again, it retails for $25, and it's the ones that I have reviewed so far are all three of the basic grunts, pretty much. The Trooper, the Grunt, and the Brawler. And the only other one is the Mando Kenobi, which I don't have. It has a slightly different helmet design and jetpack. But I am happy with only having these three for now. I'll probably get the Kenobi at the other point, or at another point. But yeah, so getting back into this. So the helmet, again, is slightly different. It mainly just changed the symbol and put it over here instead of down the middle. So it's nothing too significant. The color scheme is the same. And the only other difference is the jetpack, which is pretty much recolor of this, and it just removed the black and replaced it with removed the dark gray and replaced it with light gray, and kept the light gray like original Lego color for the Mando jetpack instead of the black. And I really like it though, and I think that this one is probably also worth it. So yeah, with the jetpack and face, that comes out to 29.50, which is not a bad price. Again, if you're already going to spend the 25 for the figure, you might as well buy this. So, or get the extras because they really add to the look, especially the jetpacks. And I think that overall, all three of these figures, all three of the Mando basic grunt figures are good. However, I think that the prices make it a little bit more, make it more viable to wait for a sale. I know they do 15% off, 20% off sometimes, and they just did one at Christmas, or before that, I believe. So I would wait either until they do another random sale or they do the May the 4th sale to pick these ones up, unless they start selling out. Then you might want to pick them up. But yeah, so now on to Pre-Vizsla and Bo-Katan. Alright, so here is Tech Mando Pre-Vizsla. That's at least what they call it on the site because of the helmet. It's the tech variation of the helmet on CAC's site. And so this one is the Season 5 outfit, I believe. They also have the Season 2, I think is when they first appeared. That outfit with the cape, which I definitely will be getting at some point. But this outfit was definitely a lot cooler, just because of the significance it played in the show. Of when he had this outfit, including up to his death. Spoiler alert. But yeah, I equipped it with an Aerolite Dark Blade, or Dark Saber, I mean, which I really like. It has the printing and everything, so I figured it would go really well with this figure. And you can buy it on aeroliteshop.com. Not sponsored, but yeah, this helmet is the same shape as the regular Mando helmet that CAC makes, except it has the antennas on the side, which, as you can see, as I changed the background for this, he has in the show. And yeah, another thing that's different about this one is the jetpack. You can see it's more of a compact jetpack, and it really has a different design, which I really like though, the red and light gray detailing. And you can see the green color scheme along with it on the sides. I really like those, or that, and the belt is also different, and the blue markings are definitely by far my favorite part, along with the gray that's surrounding it, which I think really just adds to the battle damaged effect, especially on the helmet with the gray. And you can see the Death Watch symbol and the dark gray kind of fading effect on the top there, and the black on the back. It's all good. And the coolest part about these Tech Mando helmets is that you can move the antennas and everything, which on both sides, which I think is really cool. And you can put them both in a down position, or any other way that you want to display your figure, which I think is really cool that he did that, even though we see in the show that they never really move, I don't think. But yeah, it's just a cool detail, and they're detachable as well. I'm not going to detach them because last time I did it broke, so you have to be really careful. But yeah, so as I said, the dark green, there's no printing on the side again, but I think that was intentional just because he doesn't really have a belt that wraps around, I don't think, on the sides. I guess it does. But yeah, so another thing that's different is the legs. The color scheme and design is slightly different. You can see the knee pads are slightly smaller on Vizsla, but the rest is pretty much the same. He has the same detailing on the boots, just in a different color, and the light gray and dark gray on the knee pads. and you can see the I really like this dark gray with the kind of light gray outline with the holsters. It really makes them pop, and again, they're on both sides, and yeah, so that is cool. And so then the shoulder pads are also light gray, but they have a couple marks in them in black, and then they have some green effects on the sides, which I really like. And then the van braces are also really cool. And same thing over here. Instead of the missile or the wrist rocket, though, he has a communicator, I believe. Or I think that's just another one of their tools. I think it's the, I forgot the name of it, but it's what Boba Fett uses on Luke in Episode 6 on the Jabba's sail barge. But anyway, so yeah. And then if we take off the head or the helmet, we can see there's a custom head here, which I really like as well. I forgot to mention, but this figure also retails for $25. I don't think any of these figures don't retail for $25, so I kind of stopped mentioning it. But I will also say that CAC has has a Darksaber coming soon. If you look on the actual site for this figure, it says Darksaber coming soon in the parentheses underneath it. And yeah, so the back plate is pretty much the same as the other ones. The belt looks really nice on the back here. I don't know why it's not focusing on the figure. There we go. And the light gray detailing around the back plate is really nice, and I just really like this figure. And the jetpack goes really well with it, even though I'm not sure if this is the one that... I think it does. I think this is the default jetpack that comes with it. And so, yeah, let's move on to Bo-Katan. Alright, so this is the final figure, which is Bo-Katan, and she retails for $25, as mentioned before. And with the jetpack that she comes with, which is her actual, accurate jetpack, which is something I really like, is $3 more. And because they don't have a face currently printed for her, this is just a random CAC tactical sort of face. I'll actually remove it in a second if I can, and I'll put on this temporary thing I was going to actually use for my own custom Bo-Katan that we'll have to do, I guess. But yeah, so anyways. The figure itself, the helmet again is the same shape, except you can see the visor indent on the top to indicate that it's a female, and you can see the symbol on the top and the white and dark blue and light blue color schemes that wrap all the way around the helmet, and it's just a really clean print, and I really like it. And so again, she has the female or the male tactical face right now, but yeah. So the jetpack as well is her accurate. It's the accurate version from the show of her jetpack with the light gray and the yellow and light blue. And I know this because I looked at that jetpack for hours on end trying to paint my own for my own custom one. But yeah, so the one thing that I actually forgot to mention on the others is that the printing goes way higher than I thought it would on the normal legs. Like, these are crazy. Like, I've never seen anybody else with those clean prints that actually extend almost all the way up the leg, which is super nice because you can have her all the way back there and you don't lose any detail if you're trying to pose her. But yeah, so as well, she's the only one with the coloring on the hips that pretty much matches her belt. Vizsla didn't have that. It just was black on the sides, so I think that's cool. and it was probably just an issue with trying to find a hip piece that actually worked, because the belts are at an angle where that wouldn't really work if like previously the belt was dark gray, but there might not be you might not be able to get the hip piece and make it not blend in with the rest of the belt, which would kind of make it look bad in these little gaps under here. But yeah, so I think that's really cool. And the shape of the torso is the same. She has some light or dark gray detailing on the outside of it, and some fading on the light gray little bits on the armor plates. And you can see the two little yellow lines, and it's pretty much the same. Her belt is actually the same as Vizsla's in design, and it's both of those are different from the regular Maul Mando grunts. But I actually like this version better. But they both work, so nothing too big to pick on there. But the night owl symbol is on both of her shoulder pads. You can see their wrist rocket, and the vambraces on the sides, indicated by the light blue. And I really like how the dark gray detailing pretty much wraps around the arm. It almost goes all the way, but it's pretty good. I don't really know where else you can get this detailed print, because most customizers don't even go that far. They usually cut off where that dark gray line vertically is, so it's pretty cool. And the other side has a similar design, I believe, to Vizsla. I think it is the exact same almost. It's pretty similar, so just different color scheme. And yeah, so then on the knee pads, you can see I already kind of showed the dark gray detailing on the legs, but she has the holsters for these pistols, which are a set of the Mando pistols, which I think are really cool. And the knee pads are indicated with the light blue on the bottom there, and then she has this extra little detailing on the bottom with some light gray fading there, or battle damage. And then she also has the same detailing on the boots, which is indicated with the gray line going around. And yeah, so overall, I think she is a really cool figure. I'm going to put the face and hair on her. Alright, so now that I put on the head and hair, you can see how that would look. The main issue with this is that I wasn't quite done with it. I actually was going to recolor the face and get rid of the wrinkles, and just use recolor the lips and just use that. So it's not completely accurate, but I just wanted to show it for demonstration of what the potential could be if they decided to make the head or the face for printing. And I really like it. The hair is a little bit thin compared to the rest of the body, but it doesn't really bother me too much, because I'll probably sculpt over it and add another layer. But yeah, it looks really, really cool, and I definitely hope that they either make the face, or they make all these custom weapons. It'd be really cool if they made some custom hair pieces. So yeah, that is pretty much it. I really, really like all these figures, and I would highly suggest that if you're choosing between getting one clone or one of the Mandos, I would definitely choose one of the Mandos. They just add more versatility to your collection, and unless you're a clone collector, then by all means go get your clones. But yeah, I would highly recommend these figures. They are by far the most detailed Mandalorian figures or Mandos you can get out there, and potential with all of these weapons or third-party weapons and hair pieces and helmets that are on CAC. You can definitely, or even Lego pieces, you can definitely increase your collection and make it that much you can make it that much more accurate to the Clone Wars show. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. I will release some more videos soon. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more. And this is goodbye, and have a nice day.